and welcome to today's live, and welcome back if you've been here before. I'm the Urban Seer, your guide to love, destiny and manifesting the life you desire, and I go live every Monday and Friday for free tarot readings. So if you're watching this on replay, please do join us. Just bring your question and receive a free reading. And on Wednesdays, I offer more in-depth pre-recorded personal readings as well. So be sure to check that out. The latest one is live now. And I'm just about to do this week's tomorrow as well. Hey to everyone in the chat. Hey Samreen, thank you for popping in and bringing your good energy. You're absolutely right. There are still spots open. Hey Mariana. Hey Anne. Hey Sinise and Tia Bia. Let's get into it. Let's get started. So I'm just going to head over and pull the list. How's everyone doing today? Are we ready for the week? Do we have the Monday blues? I hope today brings people some peace, brings people some clarity. And first off on the list, we have Anne Franklin, my love. Please post your question. And today, for anyone who's interested, I'm using the Neon Tarot deck. So it's actually called the Colourful Neon Tarot deck. It's like the Rider-Waite, but in some bright neon colours, which I know has been popular with some people before. Tia says, in my head. Stressed out this Monday, Tia. I hope today brings you some peace. Thank you, Anne, for posting your question. Anne, I'm honestly feeling tired and fed up when it comes to love. It's making me question whether I'm doing something wrong or if love is even meant for me. Could you please check what the cards have to say about this energy and whether there's any shift or hope coming soon in my love life? Absolutely, Anne. Sometimes when we're feeling that, burnt out and in a way, it can be good to distract ourselves, yeah, and focus on something that is going well for us, that there's more of a sense of ease. Easier said than done. But particularly from a manifestation point of view as well, sometimes if we are holding on too tight or we're in that burnout, that fed up, tired energy that you're talking about, Anne, distraction sometimes is the best answer. But let's see what Spirit says. Yeah, they may have something different to say to me. Please, Spirit, bring some advice through for Anne regarding love and this tired and fed up energy. I'm sure you're not doing something wrong, but Anne asks, am I doing something wrong or is love even meant for me? Five of Wands. That inner conflict, Anne. So it's that sort of disruption that you're talking about, maybe that frustration, that uncertainty. Like what came through when I was shuffling the cards was the word self-doubt, and how doubt can be such a killer of our dreams and our hopes and our desires. Doubt it's good to have some self-doubt, but doubt is often the enemy of manifesting our dreams and our desires. I'm going to pull another card to kind of dig deeper into this, but I feel like this is a passing phase, Anne, of what you're experiencing, because the 5 is an energy that passes through quicker than at the time. It feels very intense and it can feel quite dramatic and feel very real, and then the energy does shift and it does change. The 5 comes in quickly but leaves quite quickly. And the 5 of Wands is often when we feel maybe inside feel impelled in many different directions, that we think, oh, I'll do this, and then another sort of energy comes in and contradicts that. Maybe even having external conflicts of that kind of not being able to get on the same page with other people, you know, with love interests. But also what the 5 of Wands, the message, a big message of the 5 of Wands is that no real harm is being done here. As in, what I think that means in this context, Anne, is that no, this isn't about that love isn't meant for you, and there's no long-term damage is being done here. Because you can see here where that phrase comes from is because in the 5 of Wands, none of these wands are actually touching, so they're not actually making any contact, so they're not actually harming each other here, if we can see that. So that's where that phrase and that message from 5 of Wands comes from. It feels intense, it feels very real at the time, but it's like no one's left with injuries. So I hope this is resonating for the energy that's kind of surrounding you. It feels like this too shall pass. So what can Anne do, Spirit, to lift her spirits, to stay hopeful, to stay in, to shift out of this tired and weary place? Anne says, I think I'm facing that devil energy again, just like the one we pulled last week. I feel a bit stuck or emotionally pulled in. Yeah, old energies trying to drag you back, either with external people as well, or, you know, the devil energy within us. Ooh, look at those. I'm not going to take all of them. Just a little bit more advice, please, for what Anne should be focusing on, please, Spirit, right now to shift this. Ooh, Page of Swords. So new news, new information will come through. So new intel. I always like to see this when we have the Page of Swords. And this Page of Swords energy is, it will give you new food. I can't say this. Food for thought. So this new information, this new insight, it may be information from someone, from a new love interest, someone expressing their interest to you, some information from surrounding that kind of devil energy that you speak of, like maybe news about someone from the past even. But it feels like new information coming through to you, which will give you a chance to kind of reset and be able to see things differently, see things clearer. Swords is all about cutting through to the truth. And this 5 of Wands energy is kind of more muddled, more like that devil energy is getting the best of you, and maybe you're not able to see things really clearly. And the Page of Swords is a much clearer energy. I think it will come from new insight. You'll begin to see things a little bit differently, a change of perspective here. And it feels very much like a reset. And the pages are all about a period of assessment. So it's hard, but I still feel like you're in this pause energy, Anne, before we set out again onto new love connections, a new road. You know, pauses are, inaction is just as important as action. You know, times to reflect, time to make sure that we're in a good place and ready for the next wave of whoever's coming through next for you, Anne. But the first thing I heard when I saw this was some kind of new intel, new information, which will either come up from within you internally or will come externally, and then this will snap you out of this funk in many ways, and it will, all this messiness of this Five of Wands will come together, if that makes sense. Clarity, and we have a sword, a straight sword. So I'll leave it there, but I hope that resonated for you, Anne. Hey Chanley, my love, I'm glad you made it. Moving on now to Country, who is next, my love. If you are here, please go ahead and post your question. You're so welcome, Anne. I could see the Sun card, Sun as shadow card. Thank you so much, Seer. That really, I'm glad that resonated, Anne. Thank you, Country, my love, for your question. Country asks, so I'm going to start shuffling whilst I read Country's question to get the energy into the cards. Hello, Seer. I'm writing a few children's books. You've got so many strings to your bow, Country. I'm always really impressed. So many different ventures going on. A true entrepreneur. I'm writing a few children's books. I love writing, but get lazy with the illustrations. What's the energy around the outsourcing the illustrations? Yes, there's doing them myself. Path of least resistance here, Country, absolutely. If the energy's not there for those illustrations, if it doesn't inspire you, there are for sure different ways. I mean, there's AI now, Country. I don't know if that's something that you would look at. You know, there's lots of free tools to create images. That could be one way. But anyway, let's have a look at what Spirit says. So, what's the energy around outsourcing the illustrations? Interesting. Queen of Cups. So, Queen of Cups, what first came through, the message that I heard through Spirit was, follow your emotions on this one. This project, okay, this children's book is creative, and the Queen of Cups energy, the element is water, okay? A sense of flow, and we are being completely intuitively led, a divine feminine energy around this. Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be high quality, yeah, with the AI, absolutely. And there's a lot of not good quality stuff out there. Local artists, things like that. But I feel like you really need to, this is you being artistic. This is you in your artistic self as the Queen of Cups, yeah? I'm going to pull one more card. And look, you are being quite discerning. If we look at the face of the Queen of Cups, like even though she is intuitively led and goes with the divine feminine, that doesn't mean that she isn't discerning, that she isn't critical in a good way, constructive criticism, yeah? That pickiness that you said coming through here all over that Queen of Cups face, actually. One more, please, Spirit. One more on this. Ooh. What's this about? Ten of Swords is to do with pain, to do with betrayal, to do with, sorry if you hear meowing, that's just my cat in the background. Is this, I wonder if this process, this creative process with, oh, there we go, wants to get in on the tarot reading. This is my cat Socks. Sorry everyone. That's his, Socks' premiere on the tarot channel. I'm wondering if this is part of, with it being children's books, that it's part, that this is, has some potential here, country, to be healing your inner child in the process of doing this. Because the Ten of Swords is getting some kind of closure, some kind of an end of an era, and being able to, you know, the Ace comes after the 10. The cat confirming your, I've got it, Socks. He does want to be on the channel. He's very curious cat. So you've got to do it your way on this one, country, okay? And you need to just go all the time with what feels right. So whenever those energies come in about what I should do or forcing the issue, go back to what I feel like is, go back to a sense of flow. Go back to healing energy. Go back to purely what your gut and your intuition is telling you. So if it doesn't feel inspiring to do the illustrations yourself, go and explore other options, explore AI, explore artists who may be willing to, I don't know if it would be a low rate that you could charge, or someone might want to do it for free just to share their work and potentially have the opportunity to get it out there. You know, put out the next steps, I would say, to put out the feelers and see what comes back to you and what resonates, and what always we're trying to get back to inspired action, but particularly with creative projects. That's the reason kind of why we do them. Obviously it doesn't mean that we can't have financial success from them, but we want to keep that sense of ease and sense of flow in this process, and keep the joy infused in every step of this, so that comes out in your work, country. So I hope that resonates. Thank you, Chanley. So yeah, if you filled out the form, you'll be on the list. So just obviously please be patient, please be kind. When I am reading for someone, I can't answer people's questions, obviously, when I'm in the middle of the reading, because I'm channeling spirit. So please be respectful of that. And the list will be updated regularly. So I'll do that now. So yeah, please be patient. And I'm just going to let Socks out because he is being a naughty lad. Come on then, you're going to have to go out. Right. So next up we have P, if you are here. I think you might be new to here, so welcome if you are. If you are still here, please go ahead and post your question. There is an updated list for those people that were asking. And also, anyone who's interested in a more in-depth reading, please do check out the Your Questions Answered video. The latest readings are up, so you can get an idea. Go ahead and watch them. There may be messages, you know, there are crossover messages that sometimes if you're even if you didn't ask a question, you might find some messages in there for you that resonate for you. And then do watch out for when the list reopens again on this coming Wednesday if you would like to submit a personal reading. And that would be it. That's a pre-recorded video. And I just where I go a bit deeper for everyone. So I don't think P is here. So I will move on to Denise. Thank you for posting your question. So Denise asks, hi dear, what's the energy around me now? So just a general reading for Denise there. Spirit, please bring through some guidance, an energy check-in for Denise right now. What do they need to know? Justice, Major Arcana. Major Arcanas always speak of powerful energy that is around you right now. And Justice is often a card of a fair outcome in a situation, okay? So this could be happening right now for you, or it could be coming up in the near future. But Justice is, you know, it does exactly what it says on the tin with this card. It's about wrongs being righted. So a situation that it may be that you feel the one who is being wronged. It's often a card of karma where things from the past can come back to bite us or bite those who have hurt us and who have wronged us. Yeah. And we see the scales of justice here that are being balanced. And then there is a sword of truth, the sword of clarity, cutting through to the truth that also comes into this card. So I feel like this is a promise of sorts for you, Denise. Let me know if this resonates, a particular situation that might come up for you that will come to mind where you have felt wronged, really, is what I want to say. And there has been some injustice where you felt undervalued. And this really talks about a fair outcome for you, and some kind of resolution is on its way for you with this. And you can get some closure on an issue where in that area where there has been some injustice. So an important message for you, Denise, there. All these messages are important, but something finally being able to get closure on something and put it to bed is what I feel like. So I hope that resonates. Hiya, Peter. Long time no see, my love. You're on the list. Thank you so much. Lovely to see you here. Hey, Tej. Tej, your reading is up. I don't know if you got to see it. And also for Andrew as well. The Wednesday readings are out. Your questions are answered. Please do go ahead and watch the video. It's up. Please do like and comment to help support the channel as well. If you do get a personal reading, please do take the time to like and comment to, like I say, help support the channel, help the channel grow. Thank you. Country says, I just love socks. That's lovely. Thank you. Every channel that has a cat is always taken over by the cat. That's so true. They love the attention. I think that's very true. Thank you so much for my read. Was brushing my teeth. Have a great day, everyone. I look forward to reading for you tomorrow, Country, as well. Thank you for submitting your question for this week. And Denise, you are very welcome. I'm glad that resonated for you. Thanks, Tage. I'm glad you enjoyed your reading. Like I say, if you could like and comment that on the video or whatever you'd like to say, please do take the time. It makes all the difference to help promote the videos. So Anne, thank you for posting your question. Anne asks, I met my crush on Saturday. Even though nothing significant happened that day, can you please check? I know the energy read was good last time that we looked in for Anne. Between you two, what thoughts or feelings might have gone through his mind when he saw me? Let's have a look. Spirit, please bring through a message for Anne. Thoughts and feelings from her crush on Saturday, the meeting. Oh, nice. Energy's always been good coming from this person. This King of Pentacles energy is nice. King of Pentacles energy is very genuine. It is grounded. It is stable. This is someone, so you haven't told me, you know, much about them. I don't know how much that you know about them. But them coming through as the King of Pentacles, they may be an earth sign or have that prominent in their astro chart. This is someone who is quite savvy, who knows themselves, who has an inner confidence, okay? They're also someone who has patience, so someone who may take their time with you and when it comes to love and approaching this situation, okay? They don't feel, I get a sense that it's like they're not someone who would ever be rushed, yeah? They do things in their own time and they are balanced. They're quite a cool customer in many ways, and I don't know if they give that off in their body language, in their aura. That might be something of why you're attracted to them. The King of Pentacles is very savvy. Yeah, they are good at interacting with the world, with the material world. They can often be successful career-wise, financially, and they are hardworking and focused. So I feel like it's brought through what Spirit has done, has given us a little bit more insight into how they operate, yeah, and how they interact with the world and how they may interact with you and this circumstance and this when approaching someone, okay? They do things their own way. They know themselves and they have a confidence, and things might progress. They're not someone who jumps in. So then I feel, look at them assessing. Everything they do, they assess. And before making a move, they assess things carefully. They are strategic. And that's how they would approach life. And therefore, that's how they would approach you as well. That's why I think Spirit has brought this through, Anne. So I hope that resonates for you. I like their energy. I like their energy for sure. Oh, he's your brother's doctor, so maybe, yeah, very career kind of orientated. You don't have much information about him, so yeah, more like gave us some insight into their energy. So watch how they move. I mean, you might, but watch how they move. Watch how, you know, body language, aura, all that stuff will no doubt be giving you information all the time, Anne, about who this person is, and it can be interesting to do that and kind of get your own read on them. But keep us posted, yeah? Like I say, they give off good energy through the cards, what I've read for them. Okay, I think I'll close the reading now. You're very welcome, Anne. Thanks for submitting your Wednesday question. I look forward to reading from you tomorrow. going to close the list. Okay, so this is the final list. Thank you, Tia B, for your question. I'll read for you next. So this is... Thank you, Chanley, for helping out in the chat. Here's the final list for anyone wondering where they are. So Tia asks, so S the Pisces, let me just shuffle the cards. S the Pisces postponed our date over the weekend. Oh, for good reason. Okay, we'll let them off then. We saw each other randomly at a later event. We said hello once and he watched from a distance. He later texted, "It was good to see me." I wanted to know how he feels about me now. Okay. Thank you, Chanley. So Tia, let's see how he feels about you now. So are we more drawn, Tia, to the Pisces at the moment than the Libra? Because I remember it felt a little bit more complex with the Pisces, the energy, when we did that deep dive read than the Libra. I'd be interested to see how that's playing out for you. Let's see how the Pisces is feeling about you though now. The words came through, paralysis, analysis, Tia. Okay. Has the Libra said that to you, Tia? So Four of Swords, okay, is like taking time out, taking a pause. But it can also feel, to me often, like feeling a bit stuck, feeling a bit isolated. Could be stuff that's going on for them outside of this connection as well, that's maybe got them stressed and got them burnt out. It's almost like they've gone into retreat mode, because this card is about taking a break, taking a rest from life in a way, you know, when we need to switch off, to regroup, to reset. But I also, so that can be a factor, something that's going on that isn't about this connection that's influenced their energy, because we can see here it's almost like this always to me is like life is going on away from them at a distance outside their window, and they're kind of isolating themselves. I felt his energy was distant when I saw him at the event. Is this the Pisces, Tia? So I'm going to pull one more card. But he doesn't seem to be, like his energy isn't coming forward. His energy at the moment is on hold. So he's in a kind of freeze. And I think as well, the words analysis, paralysis came in that there is an overthinking kind of energy here, which could be about you, or just that they've got in their head about something else that's going on in their life, yeah? You're through with the Libra, okay. So that distance that you picked up on, yeah, is connected to whatever that is. One more, please, Spirit. What happens next? Major Arcana, though, the Hierophant. That energies will shift and will shift into something more positive. The Hierophant is about a card of stability and commitment. It's a major arcana. And I feel like this is moving into an energy where the Hierophant's all about doing things by the rules, taking things step by step and being quite traditional in approach. And I feel like this is the root of you and the Pisces that will come through next. They will shift out of this stuck energy. This is them moving more into their power. I feel like this is definitely their energy, not yours or anything like that. This is their energy coming through. The Hierophant can be somewhat of a mentor to other people as well, not necessarily you. This is just giving me an energy, an energetic signature read on them, telling me a little bit more about this Pisces energy. The Hierophant can be a teacher in many ways, a mentor. You see these people who look up to them. And this in turn, them getting back into their power, getting back into their role, will kind of reignite and get this connection back on track more with you, Tia. But they are quite, there is something about them that's quite traditional, about how they approach things. And there's someone who does have a set of values and a set of rules. So let me know if that resonates, if you know that about their character yet, if you've seen that or anything about that. I don't know how much about, you know, their lives that you know of what's going on. And this kind of Hierophant role that they are to others. How does that manifest in their life? Somehow this is going to play into your connection as well. It's telling me more about their character. So Tia, I hope that resonated. Next up we have Mariana. Oh, Pete, so Patricia, I gave you a call, but you didn't answer. So you were second on the list. I think that must be you, P for Patricia. But I did give you a call, but there was no answer, I'm afraid. So obviously I do have to just move on to keep the live going. Something about their character, Tia. So just how they approach life, how they approach a relationship, all of it. It's like they like order. They have their own set of rules. They, that Hierophant energy is traditional. Yeah. So that tells me something about who they are as a person and how that would apply to, like I say, their lives, and that would also spill out into a relationship. Okay, so, oh, hey, Mariana, thank you. I see your question. Chani says, Libra is quiet, Tia. I'm dealing with one. Maybe something's going on with those Libras. Something about that Libra tells me that he might be back, Tia, but you might be done with him, yeah? Yes, Patricia, it's, no worries. Catch us on Friday. Hopefully check in with on Friday there. So, Mariana, this is for you, my love. What awaits me for the rest of the month? So the energy for July for Mariana. Yeah, I feel you, Tia. Chasing is never good. So Mariana, my love, this is for you. What's the energy for the rest of the month for Mariana? What's coming the rest of July? Ooh, Judgment, another card, and quite a few major arcanas today. Powerful energy around. Judgment card, so the card of karma, Mariana. This is about, so Judgment card says, you know, if you've done the work in the past, if you have put in the work, if you've made the right decisions, you know, if you've stepped up, so to speak, okay, then this is you benefiting from that. This is good reward. Or if you didn't, if you've dropped the ball, if you've let people down, you know, if you've kind of flaked out in a situation or more than one situation, then this is also you reaping the benefits of that. So this is the kind of harsh law of karma, yeah, that we all deal with. And about it going through the rest of this month, Mariana, good or bad karma catching up with you or with the situation, if this is resonating for you with the ex, because I know that that's kind of first what comes up to me, but you take what resonates with what's going on for you and your life. But I feel like that you will benefit from this, that you've put in the work and that you've made the right decisions. You've made tough decisions when it's been necessary, yeah? And this is about the payoff of that, because often it can feel like, you know, that we're doing the right thing and we're making the hard decisions. And it can often feel like, you know, why am I doing this? It seems like people who are not doing the work are just getting away with murdering away, getting away with everything. And, you know, why am I trying to be a good person in a way? You know, why am I holding this moral stance? But then there are moments when, you know, we really see the payoff and we really see the benefits of that hard work, and we see someone who hasn't reaping the repercussions of them not being strong and not stepping up. And that's the energy of the rest of this month, okay? So I hope that resonates, Mariana. No small thing, okay? Whenever that's an important thing. So you may have a moment or moments for the rest of this month, Mariana, where you get some, you know, some good karma for you comes through. So I hope that resonates, Mariana. Oh, I'm Libra Moon as well, and Shaman. We like peace, we like balance, we don't like conflict. So Devea, thank you for your question. Devea asks, hi, what is waiting for me at the river? Ooh, what does that mean? I'm wondering if I have a future there or I'm just going back to say goodbye. Is the river just like a special place for you, Devea? Tell me a little bit more about this. The context of this. So Mystic Road, the list is closed for today. I'm afraid I will be back on live Friday. So please do join us then. It's a place. Let's see the energy surrounding this place for you. Ooh, the Sun, another major arcana. They just keep hitting us today. So a source of joy, a source of happiness. This doesn't feel like goodbye to me, Devea. I don't know if there's a childhood memories connection here, or if it gets you, taps into that it taps into that childlike joy that you can feel. It feels like a place where much happiness can come from, Devea. The Sun, as we know, is the happiest card in the deck. So what is waiting for me at the river? Some happiness, some joy. Quite simply, quite straightforward, Devea. That's the thing with major arcanas. Their messages are clear. Their messages are just straight to the point, succinct. The sun, the warmth of the sun, joy, happiness. Tell me specifically, Spirit, about if there's a future there for Devea. Page of Pentacles, there will be an offer. There is an opportunity if you want to take it. You know, obviously free will. But yes, Page of Pentacles is an offer and is something tangible, something real. Okay, now Page I always say Page is the point in this situation of assessment. So we need to think maybe deeply about the practicalities of this, with it being Pentacles, that's earth energy. So we need to look at the practicalities of this, of if they have aligned yet. So when it says, is there a future there for me? There is an opportunity. It's not, everything isn't sorted yet. That's what it feels like to me. And it feels like you would need to think on that. You would maybe need to work on that, line that up, you know, to make sure that you're going somewhere with security, you know, with a future. But this is hopeful, and this is somewhat of there is a place to start, yeah? And I would say, backed by this as well, next to the Sun card, the card of happiness, that is a good combination. You say it's a confusing situation, so obviously that would probably take more cards too. You might want to put in for a Wednesday reading when it comes up, you know, something a bit more in-depth, Devea, because it would take more cards to maybe dig into that, and you could share more about that confusion. But as it stands from where we are now, these are both pretty promising, I would say, Devea. As you say, sounds good. Worth pursuing, I would say. Definitely worth looking into and exploring your options. So next up we have Sarah. If you are still here, my love, please go ahead and post your question. Oh, thank you, Sarah. So Sarah asks, initial CMG, current feelings, whether he has given up on the connection between us. We had this situationship going on for a long time, but cold communication last time. Texted, what's the energy around that? Okay. Let's see what their current feelings are for you, Sarah. Spirit, please bring through the current energy of CMG for Sarah. Ooh, another major arcana. You see what I mean? The collective energy. Big shifts for people, okay? For everyone here, the energy is strong. And for you, Sarah, the Wheel of Fortune suggests a big shift and a change is upcoming regarding this, which is interesting. The Wheel of Fortune is a positive card, okay? So this is the Wheel of Fortune is after a difficult time where maybe it's felt like the energy has been off, it has been a struggle, okay? And an uphill battle. And then the Wheel of Fortune comes along and it's like a tipping point where we go over the top of the wheel, yeah? And the wheel spins and it feels like a sense of ease returns to this connection. What's going on for them? Is there anything that you know? I'm just wondering if this is sort of circumstantial as well with the Wheel of Fortune. It's like it can be a big shift in energy, but it can also be a big shift in someone's life situation. Something just worth noting that's what could be influencing what's going on, the stagnation between this connection. But this is a positive shift regardless, okay? So what's coming down the track for this connection is a sense of ease again. And it could be influenced by something positive happening in their life outside of this connection, but it will influence in the energy between you two, if that makes sense, okay? One more, Spirit. Oh my goodness. There we go. Another major arcana, Sarah. So this connection is not done with you, okay? This is a new cycle. We have another, the world is about cycles, endings, new beginnings. It's not focusing, sorry. And look at that, how that mirrors, if I could speak. Why isn't this focus camera focus? There we go. They both mirror each other in many ways and have similar messages, the Wheel of Fortune and the World card. So there is a shift coming, there is a new beginning, there is a fresh start, there is a new cycle that it's on its way for this connection. And I would say it is not done with you as yet. So even if things have felt off, have felt difficult, there is a new beginning. So keep us posted. Like I say, it could be something, be manifesting a new cycle. Amazing. So that mirrors that. So hold strong on that manifestation, Sarah. Having certainty is the most powerful way to bring that through. So don't think, oh, if it happens, just think when. Okay, so keep checking in and working on that manifestation daily. Hold on to the images of these cards, the Wheel of Fortune and the World. So that new cycle, there's something very powerful in those words that you've tapped into there. So really believe in that and cast out any self-doubt with that and watch that new cycle come through. Love and light. Thank you, Chanley, for helping out in the chat. I really do appreciate that a lot. So, Andrea, what is the outcome if I move back to Chicago with my stepdaughter? So let's have a look at the energy. Page of Wands. So Wands is, there is kind of an inspired energy around that, Andrea, okay? Wands is fiery, Wands is movement, Wands is action. So I feel like this is quite encouraging for you to start certainly looking at the practicalities and the details of this situation. Page of Wands is about, like I'd spoken about before, Page is when we are assessing the situation. This is you looking at the Chicago, you know, seeing pros and cons, weighing up your options, also weighing up your feelings and your heart's desires. So if you think about that move, what does it, when you think of that move, what does it bring up in you? Does it bring up tension? Does it bring up some kind of excitement? Does it energize you? Does it deplete you? It's always a good test and a good measure. Yeah? One more please on this, please, Spirit. So you're advising Andrea to certainly explore this. Can you tell me anything more about what it would be like? Oh, there we go. The Wheel of Fortune of the Major Arcana is back. A big shift, positive change. I feel like it could bring in some good new energy for you, Andrea, okay? Just like I spoke about there for Sarah, the Wheel of Fortune energy, about after a period of struggle, things will switch up. Because I know that you've been in a kind of toxic situation, Andrea, where you are now. So I think looking at escape routes, looking at options, change is on its way, okay? The Wheel of Fortune is the promise of change, the promise of a big shift, of divine timing, fate lending a hand in all of this as well. Destiny has some part to play in this, as it does for all of us. So yeah, for sure, explore this, look into this. There is some good energy by going in this direction. Does it inspire you? You know, is the timing right as well? Because a big shift is on its way for you, big change, which feels like a breakthrough moment from that toxic situation that you're in now. Both good energy there. So yes, encouraging, Andrea, encouraging. So Chanley, my love, you are next. Yes, I missed Janavi too as well. I haven't heard from her for a while. But I hope she's well, whatever she's up to. Like you said, I know she was getting a visa, but there was a delay on it. I think she was till later in the year. She wasn't going to be able to find out. So Chanley asks, hi Seer, I'd like to know current energies around me. I feel drained. Anything spirits like to tell me? Thank you, Seer. Absolutely. Current energies around me. I feel drained. So Spirit, please, what does Chanley need to know right now to help her with regarding this feeling drained, feeling depleted? You're very welcome, Andrea. Oh, there we go. Ace of Pentacles, new beginning energy, new opportunities. Pentacles is about work, is about how we interact with the material world. It can be about money, resources. Is there something like in the real world, like practical, that is circumstantial, that is draining your energy? Because I felt like that this Ace of Pentacles was saying, do we need to shake things up with a fresh start, you know, with this Ace of Pentacles in how we meet the material world? So is it work? Is it money restrictions? Is it, you know, the places to check with Pentacles? You know, is it living situation? Confirm, let me see, so I can get clear of what Spirit is saying with this for you, Chanley. Because when it first came through, I felt like we need a fresh start on something. Could be on your channel. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more about this Ace of Pentacles. Oh, more Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. So it could be an actual offer that will come through as well, just because this Page of Pentacles, you know, it's like here is something that is mirroring here, isn't it? Where you are holding something in your hand. And it's something tangible, it's an opportunity, and it's an offer. So rather than you having to, I feel like it's something that will come through for you. This is confirmation to me, Chanley, about it being an opportunity that will lift your spirits and will help you move in the right direction. And it's how you, like I say, how you connect with the material world. So it can be to do with your channel, to do with a new job offer, more money coming in, more a living situation change maybe. You know, it can come from any area of that, but when we think of Pentacles energy, it's how we meet the material world, and an opportunity and an offer coming through for you that I think will give you a boost, Chanley, if you've been feeling flat. Interesting energy. So I hope that resonated, and watch out for that. News coming in soon of a new offer for sure. Just have a look at it mirrored and double down. It's almost like that's a zoomed in image, isn't it, of that. So next up we have Anshuman, if you want to post your question. Hey Nelia, is it Nelia or Nelia? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining the community and subscribing. Nelia, the list is closed today for questions, but I will be live on Friday. So please do join us then. I'll confirm the time on Thursday beforehand. So do watch out for that and bring your question, receive a free reading then. But thank you so much for joining us. So Anshuman asks, I'm having feelings for Taurus moon named Zoya, and she's pulling away and denying her feelings. So will she and I have something stable, and will she be emotionally, romantically connected to me? So let's have a look at the energy around that. Oh. The Magician doubled with the Knight of Pentacles. So a few messages here. Anshuman, I think that there is still potential here in this connection. There is still energy that remains in this. The Knight of Pentacles is about that, even though things might not feel like they're moving in the right direction, with the Knight of Pentacles, it might even feel like it's not moving, okay? That progress is slow, is non-existent, okay? If she's pulling away. I feel like you need to, a number of things, okay, is give them time, give them space, and be patient. That's the energy that is required. So by, we're taking a hands-off approach here, okay, and not pressuring and not pushing this situation. This is her energy, okay, Knight of Pentacles, and they do things in their own time. That's earth energy, okay? They can be, the more you try to push an earth sign, the more they will dig their heels in and get stubborn and become immovable. Yeah. So yeah, we just need to really back off, give her space, be patient. There is progress happening here under the surface that we can't see yet. You need to just be in your manifesting mindset, Anshuman, which is the Magician comes here to always another major arcana in this live, but he's telling you just to double down on, I don't know if you practice manifestation. If you don't, then this is encouraging you to do that. It can be a daily practice, a weekly practice, even if daily is too much. But we are checking in with ourselves and we are putting ourselves in a positive mindset of manifesting the outcome that we want. So instead of putting that energy on her, we take control of that, yeah, and bring our energy back to ourselves and work on our mindset, work on the outcome that we want, living in the energy and feelings and the ideal outcome of how you see this playing out. Think about that, imagine it going that way, and manifest the desired outcome here. Tap into your Magician energy and reclaim your power. So many techniques, whatever kind of works for you. Meditation, visualization. There are so many on YouTube that are like guided manifestations. I even have some here on my channel as well, guided manifestations, meditations, journaling, visualizing, it's also about, I think, with manifestation, what's very powerful is throughout the day with our keeping a disciplined mindset. So if we find ourselves thinking, spiraling down, it can just take one negative thought to then kind of send us on a downward spiral about that something isn't going to happen. And we start giving our power away. Yeah? So try to catch yourself in that moment as well. So if we think, oh, like what, that's not going to work out, whatever your negative narrative is, this goes for everyone with regards to just whatever you're manifesting, career, love. As soon as you go, oh, I hope that happens, that's you giving your power away there. We need to say, when it happens, it will happen. It's happening right now. Everything is working out for me in the best possible way. Have some phrases banked there in your mind to lean on, and try to catch those thoughts in the moment. So I hope that resonated for you, Anshuman. Next up, we have Divyansha, my love, if you are here. I haven't heard of those techniques actually, Anshuman, but if they worked for you, like I say, manifestation, visualization, journaling, a mental diet, what we call, about catching those thoughts, that's what I found to be very powerful. Hey Tej, thanks for letting me know you're here. So we have 3 people left actually. So Divyansha, Arpita and Tej. If you are all still here, just go ahead and post your questions and I will read for whoever posts first, okay? If you're still here, out of those 3, let's say Divyansha, Arpita and Tej, just go ahead, post your question and I'll just read for whoever posts first. Tej asks for Siddharth's energy towards you. Let's see what's going on for Siddharth. Ooh! Some heavy energy here, Tej. 10 of Swords, the card of in their more negative feelings, okay? Feeling more emotionally down. Because the 10 of Swords is about feeling betrayed in many respects. And I don't think this is about you two, the energy between you two specifically. I think this is more just giving us an energy read on him and what's going on for him. The 10 of Swords is when the worst has happened. Now the silver lining is that this era, this cycle is coming to a close, and what comes after the 10 is the Ace, yeah? But they are struggling at the minute, Tej, with this 10 of Swords. So that's what Spirit, I think when there's stillness like there is at the moment with you two, there's a stagnated energy, then Spirit brings through instead what is happening for your person so that we can understand the situation, yeah? One more, please, Spirit. Ooh, and then they will get back on their horse. They will get back into their Knight of Wands energy, which is, this is after they've shifted out of this 10 of Swords, but they are healing, they are licking their wounds, they are having to have some time out. Some difficult feelings have come up for them. The Knight of Wands, though, is the shift when we get back out there. You say, yeah, I think he's struggling with something. The Knight of Wands, they get back on their horse, they get back out there, they will find their courage, and then that's when maybe we can see more movement for you two, and his energy will have, like you say, will have shifted, and he will have come out of that struggling, more difficult period that he finds himself in now. So what should you focus on, okay? Because often I think this situation, we've looked at this for some time, Tage. Is this something that you still want to give your energy to, you know? I feel like that there's this Page of Pentacles. What could you be focusing on? There are other opportunities with other connections out there. And I know that we've focused a lot on Siddharth, but the energy has been there. He's stuck. There's not a lot coming back. Would you be open to, would you consider looking at different opportunities and different potentials, and there being an energy shift there? It doesn't mean we have to close the door on this, but I feel like for you it would be healthy, it would be give you, open the door to other opportunities if we can look at other connections. Obviously free will, but there's been so much energy for so much time on Siddharth, and I do think it would be good for you to at least start thinking about other connections, and maybe you are, you know, and you haven't shared that. But if that door is closed, what happens after that, Tej? You do want Siddharth, and no, I can't look at other connections. Is there a reason for that? Why can't we look at other connections? I feel like that this is stagnated, this energy, Tej, okay? Doesn't mean even that we have to shut the door on Siddharth. But, you know, that's up to you, Tej. Obviously, free will. Okay, I don't think our Peter or Divyansha is still here. I'll do one last shout out, but I think they have left, so I will end the live now. Thank you to everyone for being here, for bringing your questions, for sharing your energy. I will be back live on Friday. Please join me then, and also look out for this Wednesday's pre-recorded in-depth videos as well. Love and